morning from Malaysia. Guys, we are in Kuala Lumpur. It is known as one of the most culturally diverse food cities in the world. Now, it's been a month since we've been in India, and so the first place we're going to hit is Brickfields, which is known as Little India. I can't wait because it's been a month since I've had that delicious Indian food, and I want to know what it's like in Malaysia. So this walk from Chinatown to Little India or Brickfields is not that beautiful. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of background on why I wanted to come here. So in Indonesia, there is not a big Little India, and that's because of colonization. So the Dutch colonized Indonesia, but the British colonized Malaysia and India. And so today, Malay Indians are the third largest group here. First, original Malay, second, Chinese, and then third, Malay Indians. And so that has really impacted the food and culture here in a way that it did not in Indonesia. And so I've heard Little India here is fantastic. We are just really missing India. It was just a really amazing time. And so already planning a trip back, but we're hoping for some chole bhature. We'll see if we can find it, but that's on the list for today. And then hopefully we'll head to Petronas Towers later. So just a nice, easy day, good food, good sights, good neighborhoods. So we made it to Brickfields, and we know it because we found some chai immediately. So masala chai, 1 ringgit, Malaysian ringgit. It's hot. I had to wait. So you know it's good because it's just as hot as it was in India. Ooh, it's spicy. Spicy, less cardamom, a little bit more ginger, cinnamon, I think. It is so hot today, and yet this is so good. It just takes me back. It's so nice. And then also, because we haven't had lunch yet, we got some of this, which is kueh lapis, which you can also find in Indonesia. Not sure if it's an Indian sweet, but you can find it in Malaysia and Indonesia. I'm not much on desserts. That's pretty good. It just tastes like condensed milk that's colored and put into layers. Not a lot of flavor, not too sweet. All right, that chai was such a good start. Oh, I love that we came here and we were able to have real chai. I have been missing it, but now that's given us a taste. We want to go get lunch, and so we asked where the best chole bhature was, and he just said, just walk down the street. There are tons of Indian restaurants. All of them will be fantastic. I don't know if that's true, but it's better than nothing. We'll find out. Well, that didn't take long at all. As we were walking down the road, I noticed the sign that said they give food to the needy, not to the greedy. Very cute, but also heartwarming that they offer that to people who are needy. We're at Mr. Naan, Mrs. Idli. It's North and South vegetarian Indian food, and they will also adapt to Jain, Buddhist, and vegan choices, if that's what you require. We're here for the chole bhature and the sweet lassi, 2 more things that we just missed so much from India. I can't wait. We are sharing this because there are a lot more foods that I want to try in this neighborhood if we can find it. I didn't have a decent kulfi in India, so I'm wondering if I can find one here. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of bread. It's different than what we had in Sitaram, but similar to what we had outside the Hindu temple at Haldiram's, that type of bread, which you did like, just different. Yeah, I love the paratha, so maybe we look for that next. And then we've got these chickpeas. Looks different. The chana looks different than what we had at Sitaram, which also had like a little bit more fresh herbs and a little bit of a thicker mix. And then the lassi. The lassi is good. The lassi is really good. Yeah. Now, the owner here, I saw him walking around to all the tables talking to them. He owns 3 restaurants. This is one of them. And they stopped off and gave us some of these little Indian sweets to end the meal. Now, one of the things that I remember from being in India is that everyone was so hospitable, everyone was so lovely, and so to have the opportunity to end all of these sweets, some of them like this cashew one with the silver foil that we had in Varanasi, and then also Jaipur, and then also this one I think is date, and then we have some milk sweet, some chocolate. It's just a really lovely and such a touching way to end the meal, and also just shows you that whether you're in India or you're in Little India, you're going to be treated well. That was a really good lunch. It took me back to India. You know, the hospitality of it all, and so does this neighborhood. It's so colorful. This is an area where there's lots of shopping. You'll find a lot of people buying saris, jewelry. You're gonna find all of that street food, all of the sweets. Now, Brickfields, the reason it's called this is that in the 1880s, most of this area was wood and I think thatch. And then the region had back-to-back natural disasters, a flood and a fire. And so it destroyed the whole area. They decided that everything from now on needs to be built from bricks. And so they brought in a kiln, a place to make the brick. And so they made bricks, and then they also made tiles that they exported to Singapore. And so today this area is this interesting mix of these traditional buildings, the brick buildings, and then behind me you can see like all of these skyscrapers next to, like this is an ashram from 1905. So it's just this mix of things. I'm starting to feel like that's what Malaysia, at least what Kuala Lumpur is about, is the mix of the old and new, the mix of the cultures. And so nothing is going to be original like the food, the Indian food. It's going to be Malay Indian, which is a nice take on things. I love how the chai vendor was then trying to upsell us on going to a restaurant, but we just ate. I'm only having chai because we don't know when we're gonna have it again. After this, we're going to Vietnam, so it's Vietnamese coffee every day, all day long. Oh man, a lot of like, almost like pepper. So I would say less milk than in India. This is definitely more watery. So it doesn't have that smoothness of the chai in India, but heavy spice, very heavy on the spice. Now this is it. I looked for kulfi all over India. I didn't look very hard, and so I didn't find it other than one spot, and it was only okay. This is a mango ice. It's not like an ice cream one. It's more like a popsicle type, but real mango. It tastes really good. This has been a great morning in Brickfields in Little India. The food, the people, all those dresses. I love the dresses in India, so colorful. But it's our first day, and so we decided, since we don't have a lot of time here in the city, we're going to go to the biggest tourist attraction in Kuala Lumpur. We're going to grab a Grab car and head to the Petronas Twin Towers. So Grab is the equivalent of Uber. Uber I thought existed here. It doesn't. Gojek doesn't exist here, but Grab does. It's pretty good to go to, from here from Little India to the towers is 14, but we've gone to a lot of places under 10, so it's only a few dollars, it seems like, to go most places. right, so we got here. It's about to pour. When we arrived yesterday, we took the train in and it rained so hard that it felt like we were going through a car wash. And our driver said it's about to do that and it's going to be like this for a number of hours. He said the good news is today is actually a Buddhist holiday, and so it's a national holiday, and so there are not a lot of people that will be at the tower, especially since it's going to be raining. Also, he said that this is a mall, so we can hang out here for a couple of hours in the mall and just wait things out to see how it goes, and then go up to the tower if we want. But it's gonna rain. He said it's gonna rain for a number of hours. It's gonna be really hard, so happy to be here now. We timed it well. So now we're just gonna check out KL from the dry mall. All right, 5 hours later, we are leaving the mall. So I thought Alan wanted to go to the top of the towers. He thought I wanted to go to the top of the tower. So as we were trying to figure it out, he was like, we don't really have to go to the top because I don't know what the charge is. I'll look it up. But neither of us really felt like, do we need to go to the top, especially when it's raining? So we thought what we would do is just hang out in the mall, had lunch, had some coffee, and then we would come to the park. Now the park is free and it has a light show every night. A sound and light show. It's supposed to be great. It's free. And then you've got the light show and the towers behind it. The towers are lit up between 7 and 9. So it's supposed to be fantastic. That's what we're gonna do.
Join my Patreon community for more behind the scenes and exclusive content you won't find elsewhere. You can also find me on Instagram, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. All of these things make my day. Thank you so much for your support.